I feel like, you just have doubts. Like, you have insecurities about stuff or whatever. Like, and sometimes you go back on, like, or at least for me, like, I go back on, like, the things. Like, some days I'm super confident, and other days I'm, like, not.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, it's like, how bad do I really want this?
Basically, I just make everything lit.
I'm freaking.
What I really want to do is kind of be like a Max Martin.
I'm the best.
I like to create, innovate, and dominate. I work in the morning for so-called casting utility partners as a supervisor, where we supervise people installing meters and stuff like that. It's kind of like boring stuff. That's my day job. And then I also do like graphic design. So I'm like a multimedia designer. I do graphic designs, video editing, a little photography here and there. Any digital designing, basically, I've probably tapped into. Eventually, my goals is to have my name for yourself as like a designer in all aspects. One thing I really like to do is stage lighting, making sure the visuals go hand in hand and stuff like that. So that's what I really want to do also. Like a design director.
So I use a 7-year-old HP Pavilion laptop, and I use Pro Tools 7.4. My dad got it for me when I was 16. It turned out to be my BFF. So I use that, and then I use Korg synths only. Korg is fantastic. Their synths are really versatile. I feel like some other synths and keyboards, they're like targeted towards like one specific genre kind of. And Korgs, you can pretty much do whatever with them. So I love Korg. I think that they've like shaped my sound a little bit. And then I use like one-shot drum sounds that another producer gave me. Shout out to Leonti Productions. All of my stuff is like old. Like I've had it for a really long time. I'm giving a bunch of shout outs, but because I wouldn't know this stuff if it wasn't for the people I'm shouting out. But also shout out to Graham Cochran from the Recording Revolution. If you're like a music producer or an audio engineer and you're feeling discouraged because you feel like you don't have the means to like do everything that you want to do, watch his videos, because he will teach you how to use what you have and he will hammer that into you. Embrace the things that you have until you can get to where you want to get or get to where you need to get. Basically, I just want to heavily influence the industry. Any song that you hear in the top 10, like any given week, I have a song in the top 10 or 2 or 3 or whatever, like any given week. I'm either producing on it or writing on it or whatever. Like that's really what I want to do, and ultimately it's to shed light in the industry. I think that there's like a lot of people in the industry that are troubled. It's not even necessarily about the masses, but it's kind of about like the relationships that I think that you make in the industry. Sometimes those might be like more impactful. If I work with some big name or whatever and they're like really depressed or really going through stuff, I know where to point them. I know how to help them get out of depression. The answer is Jesus, guys.
So I do spoken word and I sing. You gotta do things you've never done before to get where you've never been. And I feel like that's the place that we're at right now. We're working jobs and then we come home and then we're putting in, a lots of time with, whether it be me having to go to Bree's house to record, me being here and editing videos, setting up the stuff for Bree to come here so we can record our confessionals or whatever it is if we want to record videos. And she does the producing, the production, the recording of her end, and I do the videos and editing and on my end. So I feel like it's kind of evened out now, and we just do it. Like we set our mind to something and we're just like, okay, we're gonna go after this and nobody can tell us nothing, basically. I am so confident in the God that I believe in, that I believe that every word that I write, every melody that I sing, every word that I speak is going to penetrate hearts and just change people's lives for the better.
This is what life is like.
Welcome to my studio, you know what I'm saying? I just want to let y'all know
that this is the BreeKay x Kasairi documentary. Oh, y'all notice the bling though, huh? We making beats, we making hits, we making records.
I can't.
That's it. Maybe you should sing it. Girl, I've been waiting on. I thought you'd never ask. Wait, stop. I need to burp.
Nasty.
Why does this always happen when you're recording? Like stuff like
I
this.
know. Or else I need to cough. Like, I haven't coughed in 3 weeks. That's only like when I go to record.
Together, we work well separately.
Yeah.
We tend to send ideas back and forth.
Yeah.
She'll produce something with maybe like a hook idea, or sometimes it's just the beat, and you know, ask, is this something that we would want on the project? Is this something that we would want to use? Because if not, I'm selling it. SoundCloud, BreeKay's out.
You have to decide really quickly, like, do I really want this?
Testing. Should I turn it up enough to get a signal without getting so much white noise?
They got fear on fat.
Tell us what we're doing right now.
My twin's not feeling well.
Well, you better feel well and get serious. This is money making time. This ain't no time for no game. You could say you want it all day. You could say, oh, I want this and that. I want to do this and that, and I want to get everybody excited, you know. Or really, because that's just all talk, to be honest. And like, not saying like you're not about that talk, but that's like the easy stuff. That's like so easy to say, oh, I want to do this. I have a heart to do this. Whatever thing you're trying to do, it's gonna find out if you have the heart to really do it. It's gonna find out really quickly, and you're gonna find out, and there's gonna be some low times. At those low times, you're gonna have to really dig deep and say, like, do I really want this? You're gonna have to re-encourage yourself, like, from the get-go.
When people give their opinions on how we should do things and how, it's like, I don't even hear you, honestly.
Don't even get me started.
I don't hear you. I will ignore you.
And don't get me wrong, as a creative, I feel like people are always gonna, first of all, in life, people are always gonna give their opinion. They just always are. Unsolicited. It doesn't matter. They're gonna give their opinion. People are always gonna have something to say. If the person that is giving you advice is not even anywhere near where you're trying to get, and a lot of times as a creative, where you're trying to get doesn't even exist entirely yet, what can you really teach me? You know what I mean? Like, I understand certain principles or like whatever, but like certain things in the music industry, I'm like, you don't even know what I want to do. You know what I mean? You don't even know where I want to get. I'm telling you I don't want to do that. I'm telling you I want to get here, and you're still telling me, no, you need to be this and you need to do that. And it's just like,
and I think people forget that there are like 100 million ways to do things.
Everybody's different. Everybody makes it. If you ask any successful person in the music industry, you get a different story of how they made it. Every person is that's just a different way. So this is our way, and we're kind of letting everybody get to see into it. I give it opinions, but I know the vision that the Lord gave me.
Right.
If He didn't give it to you,
it's understandable why you wouldn't understand it.
You really can't be lazy. You have to get over that quick. There's different things in laziness, because laziness, you might be like, I'm not lazy, like, laziness, I don't just sleep around all day. No, but what are you doing, like, with your time? Are you just on your phone? What are you doing with your time? Like, oh, I didn't have time, but you're liking everything on Instagram, tagging me on everything. Like, did you really not have time, or were you just on Instagram? What, like, oh, I was busy doing, you're busy, but you have time to be going here and there and that and the other, like, that's not even contributing to your dream. Like, you're gonna find out, your dream's gonna find out, are you about it or not? If you can't commit to God, like, I don't, to be honest, like, that's the only reason why I do this, because I commit to God and put it in my heart to do this. And I'm taking it personal, but imagine how God takes it. I'm taking it personal, like, if they're hurting me. They're not hurting me, I'm just mad because I'm sitting here doing it and you're not. That's the only reason why. But you're not even slapping me in the face.
I also feel though, like, if I was a guy and I was telling people I want to focus on music production and songwriting, people would be like, oh yeah, whatever. But since I'm a girl, no, you need to be an artist. Like, you need to be on the stage and people need to see you. No, I think it's because they can't see a girl really being successful as a music producer. Stop listening to all the crap that tells you can't. The economy's like this and this is like, and And what? People make it out all the time.
People are
like,
making money all the time.
All the time. And like, that's the thing when people are like, oh, well, everybody's trying to do music, you know, everybody, and I agree with that.
But I'm not everybody.
Right. Which is why I get low-key like embarrassed sometimes, like when I'm like, oh yeah, I have an album out. It's like, oh, everybody has an album out or whatever, but it's not mine. You know what I mean? Like it's not my album. Like, listen to my album. And sometimes like I'm always like really scared to be like, oh, it's good. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, I hope you like it or whatever. But like, it's good. It's a really good project.
And I hope you like it.
And I hope you like it.
Regardless of the bumps that come, the opposition that comes, that's when you cling to your faith.
I woke up this morning with my mind, and it was stayed on Jesus. Oh, I woke up this morning with my mind, and it